Just 800.
The 7 will make the 4 go to 5, and the 5 will make
Okay.
the 0 go to 1.
It's according to where you round it, though.
Yeah, that's how you round off. So 801 would be, if you can use the term more, correct.
So would you say 847 or 802, or would you have to put 801?
801. It cannot be 802.
Gotcha.
Although I would just take off half credit if you did that. Okay. Now, going back to what your problems are, let me tell this one story, and then I'll talk about the homework some more. Whenever the Industrial Revolution was around, maybe this will turn into 2 stories. During the occurrence of the Industrial Revolution, there were 2 kinds of moths. 2 kinds of moths. A white moth and a black moth. When the Industrial Revolution started up, England, United States, all around, because of all the smokestacks that were around, the population of white moths decreased like I don't know what. Because the smokestacks covered everything in the immediate vicinity black. And so what was easy for the birds to see? The white moth, and they got eaten up. So that's one story that we saw what happened, why there was a selection in the population. There was a selection against the white allele in that scenario. So you can kind of imagine how that worked, right? Okay, one more story. You may have heard these because they are totally mentioned in every textbook, in every classroom. The one about the viceroy and the monarch butterfly. So they both look alike, except one feeds on this thing called milkweed. The monarch butterfly, which is a very pretty butterfly with a color pattern, feeds on this plant called the milkweed. And when birds ate that monarch butterfly, it started choking, rolling around on the ground, throwing up. And so whenever that bird saw another monarch butterfly, it didn't eat it. The butterfly that looks exactly like it also did not get eaten up because of, they call this Bayesian mimicry. Because one looks similar to the other, they both were not part of the food chain of these birds. That's also a kind of selection in favor of that coloring pattern. In your general biology book and your ecology book, when you get to it, we'll talk about those kinds of selection. One that you're very familiar with is the one dealing with birth weight in humans. Low birth weight babies don't survive as well as high birth weight babies, meaning 6 to 7 pounds or a little bit over. That actually gives the offspring an advantage over low birth weights because of how it survives. So whatever genotype or whatever nutrition, whatever's involved, is also a type of selection. So with the problem with the squirrels, you had 2 colored squirrels, and you have to read the scenario to figure out which one is dominant and which one is recessive. And you have to use your Hardy-Weinberge equation to see if there is selection for one allele as opposed to the other. Because in, I think it's 19, you have different years of the where they took counts, and then you plot that and determine if there's selection for one or against the other. And the other population is 2 sets of problems dealing with Drosophila. With Drosophila, every 2 weeks another population is established. As a matter of fact, Drosophila lay eggs about every 12 to 14 days. And one Drosophila can lay 100 eggs or better. So I've given you a problem where I think it was wingless and normal wings,
Talking about on the lab.
and a heterozygote too. The heterozygote is kind of in between wings. So that helps you be able to work through the problem.
That's not on the lab. That's not on this lab.
It's not.
We only have 6 sheets. Squirrel.
You got squirrel. How many exercises were there?
There is,
Lab 5, is it? How many
There-
lab 5s? It's only one.
this is all that was on this lab. There
There's
are,
one lab 5.
now, going on to the other labs, or maybe there was Drosophilus, I think. You might be getting another day mixed up with this one.
Well, I tell you what.
Oh, this is what you're talking about. You put that on lab 8, right?
Yeah, why did I do that? Well, I guess this is all you have to do then. Lab 8, but if Lab 8 works just like Lab 5 if you want to tackle it. I do not think I'm going to do that one.
Which one?
This is the one you're talking about.
It's in Lab 8. I've kept them together
Do
for
Lab
some
8.
reason. I
So
split it.
disregard this?
No, we're doing just lab 5.
I don't throw anything away.
Unless you want, do we get extra credit
You
if
tell
we
by
do,
my office.
we get extra credit if we do lab 8?
No, it's going to be counted.
Oh,
You don't have to do it this time.
okay.
But remember how we did this.
I'm confused. Dude,
When we
just-
do Lab 8, that's when you turn it in.
Okay, but we're
When you're
doing
doing Lab 5, turn in only Lab 5. How is that?
Thank
Okay,
you.
good.
Is there more?
No. Oh, you get 2 weeks to do this? Oh, my
We
goodness.
need him. So, Dr. Myles, we're just going this sheet?
Yeah, I think that's the squirrel one.
Okay. I'm going to be gone.